Highgrove Farm was born and developed with the conviction of two people who valued home, family, and the stability of both. Our family was blessed many years ago to purchase the pecan orchard known today as Highgrove Farm, and we also understood the stewardship of maintaining this beautiful property. We began our family at Highgrove Farm with a daughter and then a son. The first building after our home was the pond house, constructed from beams and materials salvaged from an old fertilizer plant in Macon, Georgia. This was the family gathering place. Then came the barn and stable, and the first weddings under the trees of young people from the neighborhood. As time passed, our farm began to grow, and we saw more couples seeking an outdoor venue with charm and character. More structures were salvaged and moved to our farm and repurposed to create our bride's cottage and the very popular chapel. We created a space for the groom's party in our stable house and added a glass solarium. The structures and improvements were carefully placed on the 15 acres east of the pond so as to not overbuild, but complement God's handiwork. Our family has enjoyed sharing the farm with all of the families that have had their weddings, birthdays, anniversaries, and reunions here, as well as finding new friends along the way. The farm has a unique history created as a result of our 38-year-old family business of the demolition and dismantling of old buildings and structures. Each structure on the farm had a previous history in another location, and before being relocated to our farm, it had to meet our criteria for selection. The pond house is constructed from pine and aged cypress removed from an old fertilizer plant in Macon, Georgia. The structure was relocated to the farm and placed on a foundation with structured beams and rough-cut planking. Flat planed planks were used to obtain the beautiful finish of each room and the reception hall, along with the high ceilings and large kitchen. The front porch maintains a rustic look and welcoming character, while the pond deck is open and inviting. Once you enter the gate at Highgrove Farm, you will drive down a lighted, tree-lined lane to the 2,500 square foot facility known as the pond house. The pond house has welcoming porches loaded with rockers and swings. It is nestled on a fish pond in a pecan orchard. The pond house is constructed of aged cypress and pine and boasts 9-foot ceilings. The wood in the pond house gives it a warm glow and richness you won't be able to resist. Every window offers sweeping views of the surroundings, while the torch-lit pond gives a feeling of a bygone era. Connected to the pond house is our glass solarium. The glass solarium is an old outbuilding moved from the farm of a property in North Valdosta and reconstructed with a vaulted roof and ceiling. The building is 1,200 square feet and was enclosed with 110 clear glass panels for an unobstructed view of the entire surroundings. Other added features help highlight the restored beauty of this building, and the built-in climate control gives our guests total year-round comfort. The glass windows offer an excellent view of the outdoors and create a perfect area for entertainment providers as well as seating for guests. Your guests can move from the pond house to the glass solarium through the enclosed hall that connects both facilities. The glass solarium was designed and constructed with a look of elegance that goes hand in hand with your special event. The pond house and glass solarium provide a large gathering area that will hold approximately 240 guests with tables and chairs. The deck on the back of the pond house has 6-foot fluorescent lighting under the handrails, and along with the front porch will allow an additional 60 guests for a total of 300. The lighting on the deck and pond house make the view absolutely beautiful at night. The pond house is equipped with a large kitchen area with everything you and your caterer will need to accomplish the outstanding food service you desire for your family and guests. We have several beautiful antique serving buffets that add to the decorations and gorgeous settings you want. We don't supply chairs, but have several sizes of folding tables that are included in our venue. Some brides want different colors for their chairs, and we can provide names of companies that will rent the chairs you require. Our buildings contain 8 bathrooms, with 6 of them handicap accessible. The solarium was designed for dancing after the wedding. The DJ or band can be set up in a short section of the building that contains a 50-amp power outlet most bands require. The outside 30 by 50 wooden deck can also be used as a dance area under the trees, and the deck is a great place to set up a tent for your guests. The chapel has a vaulted roof that came from an outdoor pavilion removed from the Lowndes County High School on Norman Drive. The 15-foot tall oval-top windows were removed from a 114-year-old railroad terminal in Waycross, Georgia. The 5 beautiful light fixtures hanging in our chapel came from an old church on Forest Street in Valdosta, where they hung for 82 years, giving light to the hundreds of sermons delivered by many congregations. The chapel starts a new life at Highgrove Farm with repurposed structures and restored artifacts that highlight their intended beauty and design. The chapel has wooden pews and will hold about 280 people, and if they like each other, we can get 300 seated. The chapel was placed near the pond and under the pecan trees, so the cool air can be drawn into the chapel with the many mounted ceiling fans. Our chapel was designed with sound acoustics, so there is no need for powered microphones or speakers. You will also note that there are no power poles with lines to spoil your views because all the utilities are underground. The bride's cottage was salvaged from an old Chevrolet dealer in Lakeland, Georgia. The bride's cottage was built for the bride and her attendants to secure their privacy before the wedding, and also offers a shower and makeup room for their convenience. The abundance of natural lighting will make any new bride shine. The mirrors are set at a 45-degree angle in the makeup room so that you and your attendants can see their hair and dress from all angles. In the cottage cabinets, you will find a refrigerator and microwave. The bride's cottage has an electric elegance with the perfect space for a bride in her bridal party to prepare for her special day. The stable house started with the front portion of an old building moved to the farm from downtown Valdosta. Next, we added salvaged building portions from the 84-year-old elementary school that was demolished and dismantled in Moultrie, Georgia. The old bricks salvaged at the same school were also used to make the beautiful floors in the stable house. The horse stalls are set up with cypress and pine siding with tables and chairs in each stall to accommodate guests. The stable will accommodate 100 guests and makes a popular choice for rehearsal dinners. The pond house is a great choice, but many of our young brides like a more casual event. On your wedding day, the stable is the groom's quarters with the space he and his groomsmen need to get ready for the wedding. The stable also has a country kitchen with everything you need to prepare and refrigerate food. There is a comfortable seating area in front of a brick fireplace, and we furnish and build your fires and provide extra wood to keep it going through the night. The stable is handicap accessible with 2 bathrooms and a shower. The rustic decor of the stables are clean and ready for whatever event you are planning. The stable house porch has a great view of the property and makes a great place to sit and relax. Just a short distance from the stable house is the fire pit and picnic tables to enjoy day or night. Each pit has comfortable chairs and benches to relax and enjoy the sights of an open fire. If you or your guest just want to relax, just settle back into one of our porch swings or many old-fashioned wood rockers. Your time with family and friends will be well spent and remembered. Sitting by the cozy fire with friends and family is a great way to share stories and good cheer. Perfect for weddings, rehearsal dinners, receptions, family reunions, birthday celebrations, banquets, business meetings, dinners, special occasions, and more. Our classic wedding package provides the chapel, glass solarium, pond house, bride's cottage, groom's quarters, stables, pond, and a horse farm on a 15-acre pecan orchard. Each week, our grounds crew works hard to prepare the grounds at Highgrove Farms so that you and your guests will see the natural beauty of our farm. The lighting on the buildings, fences, and columns are all lantern lights, so you and your guests can maneuver the entire property with ease and safety at night. All of our lighting on the buildings and grounds have a beautiful glow at night that gives you the wedding of your dreams. We invite you to take a leisurely stroll, a rock on the porch, or sit and relax under the trees. No matter where you choose, we know you and your guests will enjoy the peace and beauty of nature at Highgrove Farms.